A rainy and wind-swept Saturday night welcomed two of the Division 6 title favourites to their hotly anticipated opening game of the season. After introducing their fathers to each other, we were ready, and the Wakefield crowd of the team subs and Johnny and Kana were buzzing with anticipation. The old JJs, seen here in black shirts kicking left to right, came flying out of the blocks, desperate to make up for their two previous friendly losses to the Unmanageables. The Alts launched wave after wave of determined attacks and were winning every single 50-50 and second ball going, whilst the Unmanageables were reduced to long punts forward that were easily held by goalkeeper Helmut Marko. The fans were entranced, especially with Eddie Davis-Ray, who was causing all manner of problems down the right. Here we see him getting the better of the left-back and ending with another trademark smashing cross. Brad Thomas coming in there. Unlucky Brad. The midfield battle was being well and truly won by the colossal Cragsy, Josh Burt and Mark Johnston, all beavering away to the good effect and creating forward momentum with their quick and accurate passing. The Unmanageables were truly living up to their name, being quite unable to manage the Alts' powerful play, and therefore their bowels. Try as they might though, the Alts could not make the breakthrough that their play deserved. The fans were truly becoming jittery when another attack came from the Alts. The ball eventually came to Brad Thomas, who then fed his strike partner Joe Bootland, who smashed the ball home to give the Alt JJs the lead, and their first goal of the season. They celebrated knowing this was the first time they had led against the Unmanageables, and it was the result of a determined, passionate and hard-working opening quarter. On with the game again, this young boy watching through a new magnifying device, and again more attacks were launched into the box by the Alts. In between the high balls there was some splendid football, this play ending with a fine shot from the edge of the area. Excitement turned to concern just on half-time, as Stevie Thompson, the vintage defender, had a bout of vertigo and had to take a minute to get his head corrected. And so the second half began, in much the same way as the first. The Alts, still in black and see they're kicking right to left now, searched for a second. The new keeper might not have been up to speed with his teammates when it came to the game, but he certainly was with his bowels. And then it happened, as freshly after coming on as substitute, Ken Kim smashed it goalwards from the edge of the area to give the Alts a 2-goal lead, to the joy of the management team watching on the sideline, who definitely considered a pitch invasion. The Unmanageables had nothing to lose now, and started to try and match the Alts' fighting spirit, resulting in them causing a few problems to the Alts' defence. Under the Alt fans' bowel. Some doubt crept into the Alts' play, as they knew it would be a travesty if they didn't win the game. It really was squeaky bum and smoky cigarette time, and when a cross came in that wasn't dealt with by the fist of Helmut, the Unmanageables somehow got themselves back into the game with a goal, celebrated here by their stupid fans. The Alts had to go back to basics, and even after all the minutes on the clock, they still somehow had something left in the tank to keep on battling. Speaking of tanks, Josh Burt is one. Then another classy raid forward resulted in some great interplay, and then yet again Brad found his partner Joe, who cracked the ball into the back of the net. 3-1, and the game was over, the 3 points heading to the Alts. They celebrated knowing that they had destroyed the previously cocky Unmanageables, who darted off the pitch at the end to get out of the rain, they said, but everyone in attendance knew the real reason was to tend to their bowels. Well done, the Alts!